my name is Jana Wattenberg. I am currently doing a postdoc fellowship at Aberystwyth University and American University. I'm also a lecturer in security at Aberystwyth University and a senior fellow with Women in International Security. My expertise is, broadly speaking, nuclear politics. More specifically, I'm working quite a bit on nuclear disarmament politics. So my PhD was on global nuclear disarmament politics. I'm also working on women in the nuclear weapons field, so women's roles and experiences. Can gender equality bring change or not? What are obstacles to change? And then more generally, I examine the role of gender in the nuclear policy space. I became interested in nuclear politics when I was on a study trip to an NPT PrepCom in New York. And while I was sitting at this conference, I noticed that there was a very particular way in which practitioners spoke about nuclear disarmament. So it seemed to me that everyone agreed they wanted to get rid of these weapons, and at the same time, progress seemed to be really difficult. This then formed the foundation of my PhD research. So my PhD looked at the ways in which particular ways of talking and thinking about nuclear weapons and nuclear disarmament make it difficult to actually get rid of these weapons. And my project on Women and the Bomb emerged from conversations with colleagues about the roles and experiences of women in the field. I think the way we teach nuclear issues is very political. And throughout my teaching these topics, I've always tried to give students various lenses through which they can look at nuclear weapons and nuclear politics. So these can include sociological perspectives, discursive approaches, feminist lenses, or post-colonial perspectives. And the idea behind all of these perspectives is to encourage students to critically reflect on the ways in which value is created for nuclear weapons. These perspectives also enabled me to highlight how vulnerable communities disproportionately suffer from the harm that can be the result of nuclear politics. I think the Decolonials Nuclear Studies Project is making a really important contribution here, because it provides materials that educators can use to develop a more critical angle for the teaching of nuclear issues. Generally speaking, the public should care because the existence of nuclear weapons has implications for everyone on this planet. I think, again, here the Decolonials Nuclear Studies Project is doing a very good job in bringing in feminist and post-colonial perspectives that highlight how the harm that we currently feel from nuclear strategies and nuclear politics is disproportionately felt by some communities. So while nuclear weapons are a danger to everyone on the planet, there are some communities which currently already suffer various consequences from the development and maintenance of these weapons. Well, one of the issues or concerns that I've had throughout my engagement with nuclear weapons and nuclear politics has been that the existence or the danger that is the result of the existence of nuclear weapons becomes sidelined in discussions of important security issues. And I think to some extent, the war in Ukraine has shifted the focus back to nuclear politics or nuclear weapons or the danger that nuclear weapons existence can pose. And I think many academics and civil society have done an amazing job in using this moment to increasingly raise awareness again about the dangers of nuclear weapons. I hope that these efforts are embedded in wider efforts to raise awareness about nuclear weapons and the dangers that nuclear weapons pose to the planet. And again, I think education is a key pillar of awareness raising, which is why I feel very lucky to be part of this project, which provides new materials and new ways to educate people, both in the higher education sector, but potentially also in the public, about nuclear politics and nuclear strategies and the potential dangers that these weapons pose to the planet.